Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Carm Capriato, 12 noon, East Coast time, 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. 9 a.m. out on the Pacific West Coast. It's Aftermarket Weekly. It's week 52 of important milestone and celebration here on Aftermarket Weekly. Good to see you. God, do I love doing this. The person who's responsible for me to do this or to love what I do here is on with me today. And we started 52 some weeks ago doing this. And he was smart. Went and decided to plant tomatoes or something like that. And left me to do this. But we are brought to you from the Dorman OE Fix studio. And again, we offer unbelievable and great automotive insight and wisdom, and of course, the infamous virtual shop tour. Hey, remember, this is like one of the most unique shows that exists in the automotive aftermarket. You got a guest host, and we've got this virtual tour, and we have so much fun broadcasting this and doing live stream each and every week. Here's who's with me today. Tom Ham from AutoCentric in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and also president of Automotive Management Network. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Carm. How you doing?
I am great, my friend. And Tom and I, 52 some weeks ago, actually it was more than that, came up with this incredible idea to do this show. And I remember we were wearing ties, so I wore a tie in homage of that, you see.
Oh, that was nice of you. I left mine up north.
That's okay. And it was great. We had so much fun. I think you were maybe, I don't know, a dozen weeks that we did it together. And then you said, hey, my friend, you're doing it solo. And so I said, I think I'm going to do this solo. And we, of course, evolved the show and had a lot of fun doing it. So thank you for Startup. We're going to talk about a little bit more in a minute. And Eric Henley is also with us from High Tech Auto Care, Great Tennessee. And I'm sorry.
I said, hello, everybody.
Hey, and we're going to see his excuse me, a shop tour. So Tom, Eric, you're both shop owners. How's business, Tom?
Much better than last year. Which we're hearing from everybody pretty much is that things seem to have opened up. And last year we were in the middle of the initial depression or whatever you want to call it. And things seem to be much better all over.
Glad to hear that, Tom, because you hear from all kinds of shop owners through Automotive Management Network. Eric, how's business for you, my friend?
It is stellar. We're up 22% right now over last year and still up over 2019. So it's just amazing. We are so busy.
Are you satisfied that you're at kind of the level that you were last year? I mean, I know you're going to be up. Everybody's going to be up.
Mm-hmm.
But are you satisfied with the level you're up?
Yes. Compared to 2019, that's what I'm looking at because last year was kind of an anomaly. Yes, I am very pleased. We just added our 5th technician, and they are selling work like crazy.
I call that rocking and rolling. Good for you, my friend.
Yes,
glad to hear it. Hey,
Carm, we did an informal poll of some of the members on last month for March. The average person reported up 51% for March. So, and I think April is going to duplicate that.
And no doubt that anyone worth their salt as a business owner today needs to be up in that double-digit category. And when I hear the 51%, that means that everything you've been doing and doing right and building relationships with their customers and building that trust is working. So, speaking of surveys and AMN, Tom, how is Automotive Management Network going?
We are doing good. We hit a milestone here just recently. We got over 15,000 members. For those people not familiar with it, we're the largest resource for shop management materials virtually anywhere. We got members in over 100 countries. We got about 20,000 pages of information and resources on the website. We've been around for 17 years, so it's not some new idea from last year. Membership is free. most of the website, a good share of it is free to anybody. And it's private. We don't share your information. So when you sign up with us, you're not going to get a bunch of emails from folks, just us. And if you want to get access to the whole website, it's a whopping $49, about the cost of an oil change. So if you haven't joined, sign up, free, check us out, see what we're like.
AutomotiveManagementNetwork.com.
Yes, sir.
Cool. And thank you so much for even allowing me to, post our shows up there, Tom. Thank you so much. Hey, so Tom has contributed so well and so nice to the show for so long. I did a podography on you, Tom, and I couldn't list them all. So if you want to hear and get more from Tom Ham, just go to the website, type in Tom Ham.
Wow.
A couple of great website shows. Your Only Competitor is Yourself. That was a great show. Running your business remotely, which is what you do since you're in Florida. The Virtual Service Advisor, which when COVID hit, you all of a sudden said, hey, we got to do something. One of our service advisors can't come in for a particular reason, pregnancy, COVID and stuff. And that was from home. And of course, the Final Inspection Quality Control, hiring for team dynamics, 9 reasons why labor rates need to increase, and countless numbers of others in your contribution to the show. So, Tom, thank you so much for doing that. We're going to go out to see Eric's place. Here's a quick tease picture of this really beautiful shop out in Gray, Tennessee. Our agenda for today is Tom is going to cover prices are up. Now what? And I tell you, this, everyone, is sobering. And it is important that we all understand that you kind of look around. What are you paying for gas, fuel? And if what you're seeing when you pull that nozzle doesn't affect what you do at business, then shame on you. We're going to have our trivia question coming up here in a second. And of course, shop tour. We have visited so many shops during our last 52 weeks, and they're all over the place. Last week we were at Pickering's. We've done Midwest Performance in Chicago, Ritter's out there in Colorado, JJ Auto Care in Florida, Pacific Motor Service in California, and Valley Automotive out there in the great state of Seattle. Don't forget, Aftermarket Weekly is a podcast. You can watch it. You can watch all the episodes on my YouTube channel, on the remarkableresults.biz website, or on your favorite podcast listening app. Hey guys, if you know the answer to this trivia question, do me, I'm sorry. I think we are doing the trivia next. Hey, I've only been doing this 52 weeks. I have to learn what I'm doing here. My daughter, Tracy, of course, is our great producer in the background, trying to keep her dad on track. And if you know the answer to this, please don't yell it out. What vehicle won the Motor Trend SUV of the year in 2020? And I have a cool story about that when we finally give you the answer. So we have a great sponsor, and it is Dorman. And here's a brand new, not necessarily a brand new, but a really cool product from Dorman. Replacing rear wheel bearings on some Toyota trucks can be extremely frustrating. The bearing housing often becomes damaged when the old bearing is pressed out or when the new bearing is pressed in. Not only that, but a shop press may or may not be available. To assist with jobs like this, Dorman has developed a 90-plus minute time-saving solution with their OE Fix pre-assembled axles. These bolt-on solutions eliminate the uncertainty of performing this basic repair with all of the major components such as the axle, bearing, backing plate, bolts, and seals already assembled and ready to install right out of the box. Want to learn more about Dorman's innovations? Well, visit dormanproducts.com/tour.
That is very cool. That's very cool. I just love all the ideas that people come up with. And that one's very cool. Then a minute ago, you were talking about listening to your podcast.
Yeah.
It takes us a while to get used to this technology. I was just sitting in my family room the other day and just thinking about all the things that go on. And we have one of those little, I don't know, Google thing or whatever that sits on the table somewhere.
Yeah.
So I muted the TV and I said, listen to Remarkable Results podcast. And she said, okay, here you go. And it started playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's way too easy.
Isn't it? Yeah. I say, I have the Google Nest or the assistant, and I say, hey, Google, play latest episode of Remarkable Results Radio. Or I just say, and it is so cool. So yeah, usually I verify all the good stuff that we did and the editing was right. And I kind of revisit the episodes, Tom, to your point, because I may have done the interview 2-3 weeks before it releases, and it re-energizes me and reminds me of the great stuff that we're putting out. Thank you for that. Town Hall Academy this Friday, everybody. My biggest mistakes, and I'm actually going to be in Florida at the ATI Super Conference, and we're going to broadcast that live, special time 10:30 at that time. Hey Tom, let's talk about the pricing and where we are with it, and what do we have to pay, the attention that we have to pay, because prices are going up. And I don't think they're going up. So, I mean, listen, a friend of mine just built a house in Florida, came back because he's selling his house, went to dinner Friday night, and he told me about the cost of lumber.
Yeah, the internet is just loaded with that. I love the ones where people say, I think I'm going to part out my house so I can get more for it that way. But you and I have been around a little longer than some folks, and prices have never gone up at this pace in my lifetime, not steadily. And it's a little bit scary. And some of these prices, they're not just going up a little bit, they are rocketing up. And it's not just lumber. There's a lot of other things too that are really starting to fly up, and they're coming up fast. And we're in kind of a wild, volatile economy where you really don't know where this is going. And that's not to be negative or positive one way or another, but it's a very, very wild situation. And as these prices go up, another thing that's going to be going up is the cost of running your shop. Every expense line is going to go up. Everything's going to go up, and which means you're going to have to pay more, which means you're going to have to charge more so you can pay more.
So you've been through this before in some rapid inflation moments, and the wisdom that you have because of it today was saying, well, why should I wait? It's not going to go down. And if it does, okay, maybe just a little bit. We need to pay, like you say, be very careful of the expense side of your business, but be very careful of the margins and your labor rates.
Yeah, you can track it, of course, through your GP. Your parts prices are going up from as you get stuff from the parts stores, and cost of technicians is higher, keeps getting higher. And there are three things you really need to look at. You need to look at labor rates and keep an eye on that. And something else is labor times. It may seem a little odd, but labor times are tending to creep up also, along with the labor rates. And the parts prices are creeping up. So need to watch those statements and keep those gross profit margins where they're supposed to be.
So don't assume you're going to tell somebody, yeah, don't worry. Yeah, that job is $350 and it really costs you more. So stop quoting things that you're comfortable with, especially in an era of rising prices. So I'm not paying attention. Is it hard to play catch up, Tom, if we don't move now?
Well, you don't want to be playing catch up. In anything, you don't want to be playing catch up. And this can be a really bad one, a really tough one to play catch up. And so, some people are better at it than others, but each day that you're behind costs you money. And then when you play catch up, there's an effect. Sometimes customers, but a lot of times employees. There's a psychological thing going on there. Obviously, the further you get behind, the worse it can be. And there's different personalities. There's a segment of people who can just go back to the shop and raise the labor rate $20 and not think anything of it. And there's other people that couldn't do that in a million years, just because of the way that they think, the way their head works, so on and so forth. So, you want to keep up with it, and just don't find yourself in a position where, boy, we're way behind and we got to do something.
So let me throw this at you. We say we're in the last year, we were wanting to raise our labor rate, but we hesitated because we didn't think our cost of goods or anything was more expensive in that era of COVID, the last year and 3-4 months. Now, when you go and put the gas nozzle in your vehicle, you're spending almost $1 more a gallon, $12 here, $15 there, and you come back to your shop and you still hesitate. And that's where. And again, it goes back to the 20 groups, the networking, the coaching, and all of that, driven knowledge that we've been trying to impart down onto the industry really helps. So thank you for this message.
We were sitting, a quick story. We were sitting in a 20 group meeting one time, and they had the two types of personalities sitting next to each other. And the one guy had been constantly bugged to raise his rates because he was behind and he just couldn't bring himself to do it. And of course, nowadays, a lot of the software is in the cloud. So we handed his laptop to the guy sitting next to him and said, "Would you do it?" So he went in there and raised all his rates.
I love it.
True story. And he didn't go back to the shop and put him back down. He went with it, which was
well, that's cool. Yeah. Tie his hands up in the corner. Give him a timeout. We'll fix his business for him. Okay. Yeah. So if you can't move now for whatever crazy reason, is there a method that you could recommend people to start to move their rates up?
Well, again, you have the people that can just go up there and just move any price as much as they want in a heartbeat, and just for whatever reason, it's no problem for them. And then other people have a hard time with it. If you're sitting out there watching, you know who you are. And especially if you want to, if you have a hard time doing it, or if you just want to make sure you're not getting behind and catching up, the simplest thing you can do is just put a task in your calendar, a monthly task, check my labor rate, check my labor GP, and check my parts GP, and take the last 90 days from your QuickBooks or whatever, and see, what are we trending? Are we trending up? We trending down? We staying even? What's going on? And then when that, see, before it's 6 months later and you find out it's 5, 6, 7 points low on your GP, let's do it once a month and bump it 1, 2, 3%, bump it $1, $2, $3 till you catch up, if that's what it needs to do. But do something. Don't let it sit there because it's just going to get worse.
Great points. From your experience, why do most shops fail, Tom?
Well, it's very rare to find any kind of business, whether it's a repair shop or any kind of business. You just don't find too many businesses that fail because they charge too much. I'm not talking about overcharging, but I'm talking about just, being up there on the prices. Shops fail for a lot of different reasons, but the main reason they fail, and by the main reason, I mean 90% plus, the reason they fail is they run out of money. And one of the biggest ways they run out of money is the labor rates are too low, the parts margins are too low, the estimating times are too low, everything's too low, it just adds up, and the bills come in, and they just run out of money, and you have to have enough money. We had it's one of the most common questions. We have a live chat thing on Automotive Management Network, and I get questions on that all the time with labor rates and margins and so on and so forth. And we try to help people to, we want to save these shops and keep them going.
Wow, great advice. Hey, thanks for reaching out on AMN, and with that live chat, that's really kind of cool feature on the site. Wow. So thank you, my friend. Maybe we, just pushed. I think I saw a social media that said that they were going to raise their rate in 45 seconds. So we have helped someone.
Well, and I'll throw it in right at the end there. You can get in this thing. Don't get me wrong. The solution to all your problems is not raising your prices and overcharging and charging ridiculous amounts of money. That isn't the point. The point is that for every shop that's overcharging, there's probably 25 out there that are undercharging. And just make sure you're charging enough to get the right GPs to cover your costs, so on and so forth.
Yep. And absolutely produce a profit for all the hard work you do.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, man. 52 weeks ago, this was a great idea. I just want to thank you again for bringing this to me. It is one of the most fun shows that I love to do, one of the hardest to produce. There's so much work involved, a lot of moving parts. So thank you from two perspectives. A lot of fun and for all the extra work, but great sponsor from Dorman makes it all possible, Tom. Hey, every episode is archived, everyone. And it is Remarkable Results Aftermarket weekly page. And just love to have you check out all the great wisdom and all the great tours that we've done. Recent episodes that we've done, everyone. The Carmcast from last week was why invest in digital signage. And let me tell you this was a very, very interesting episode. Both AJ Neely and John Klarkowski shared exactly what they spent, and they both have digital signs. One's a Cadillac and one's a Chevy. They both do some really good things for them. So if you've ever thought about the value of signage and branding, please check out that Carmcast. And are you repairing hybrids? Great episode from 2 weeks ago. And the whole concept was, if you want to get into EV, should you be into hybrids before that? And how do you change your mind? And also, how do you market hybrids? We also had a great episode from Emily Chung. Emily did learn customer communication styles, how she took the DISC communication styles and brought it to her customers and taught her service advisors how to recognize the customer's communication style, hence having their conversation with them, not yours. And today, an update with Donnie Cipher on NASDAQ went out. It's a brand new episode today. Hey, I think we're ready for a shop tour. Hey, Eric, how are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great. Carm,
great.
Thanks.
Good. Well, listen, we're going to have you narrate this video that we have, and I think we're ready to go.
All right. Well, welcome to H-Tech Auto Care. This is a shop on the hill. There's lots of hills in Tennessee, but you can see our nice Napa branded paint, our sign on the front there, and our 6 bays with some nice landscaping out front. Try to work with the hill to make all we can with this place. Places for the customers to sit out front, and a complimentary aerial to air their tires up if they need to. And then we've got, of course, our plants and our USPs. Welcome on the door. Here's our waiting area / office. That's where we do everything from sales to cashiering to all of the. It's all happens in here. All of that. Got the barriers up, got TV, a coat rack for folks to hang their coats on. Both my service advisors, Jimmy and Josh, are there working. Freshly back from lunch, I might add. So if it's a little disheveled, you'll notice you may notice that. But at any rate, busy times at H-Tech. We've got the seating there. There's my sister in the background. She's the cashier and bookkeeper. We've got the bottled water area for customers' refreshments. Here are my service advisors at work. You can see their dual monitors, and then some soundproofing there to cut down the noise in there. Coffee and snacks. And the local lady brings us eggs.
I see. Yeah, eggs. What a great customer thing.
Yes, yeah. That's our lady Tina at the Napa store. She's the manager there and does all kinds of eggs. So this is our key rack for intake side and completed side. And then, yep, there's the completed. There's the intake. The customer's restroom. I painted it pink so the guys wouldn't feel comfortable using it very much. So it'd stay clean. Got some artwork there. Thank you to the ladies in my group. Going out in the shop, this is the parts area. We are a Honda Acura specialty shop, so we keep those OE pads in stock there, and we've got Toyota as well. Keep our filter line there. And you can see it's all kind of handy. Go ahead.
Nice organized, huh?
Oh, yes. My guys, Josh is my inventory guy. He keeps it. So all the filters, the fluids, they're all lined up. All the specialty fluids we use, all easily to get to. A lot of the special adapters and things. There's the refrigerator.
Eric, when you said my guy keeps it clean and organized, is he your general service guy?
That's my service advisor, Josh. That's his other duty as an inventory guy. Returns, warranty claims. There's our parts area drop off and our returns. Shelves there, press. We got a waste oil heater that we use to heat with in the winter. Does a great job. Got a Hunter alignment rack. Here's the workbenches, the monitor, and the rest of the alignment machine. You can see they've been busy, all kinds of stuff out. This is Jeremy Scalf. He's been with me 11 years now. He's one of our techs, and his big toolbox. It's beautiful.
Wow.
And so organized. There's the tablet we use for our digital vehicle inspections. Their laptops. See the little mirror hangers there. They each have their names and pictures on them. This is my other technician, John's toolbox. Very nice.
So let's stop for a moment on that mirror, the mirror hanger. Okay, I'm going to actually stop the video for just 1 sec. And my question to you is, they then tell the customer via the mirror hanger, I worked on your car.
Yes, it sure is. That way they own it. Their picture's right there.
And Tom, how many people do you know do this?
Actually, years ago, that was fairly common. Today, not so much.
Not so much. And I love this. Too bad we didn't have a close-up of it, Eric, but I would love to see that. And I think what we should do is use this episode to say, hey, let's get a little more detailed and intimate and with our customer. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for that. Another bathroom here.
Yeah, this is the washroom for the techs where they can use the restroom, wash their hands. And then in case it's tied up, we've got one out in the shop as well that they can wash up with. So that way they don't have to wait on someone in there. Just the shop. There's a lift. I just replaced this one. This year's a brand new one. And then we've had the floors painted not too long ago. Try to keep it very nice and clean in there. Well lit. The guys do a great job of keeping the shop clean. And then I think this is a spot where I remembered what we had put in December. I'll just go over the equipment corner. There's the equipment corner where we keep all the machines. We've got them here, there, and everywhere. Our shop doesn't necessarily have an equipment room, so it is wherever we can fit it. The alignment machine, the waste oil heater.
I have the same one.
Yep. And then late December last year, I decided to make an investment in the climate of the shop for the guys for this summer. So we put.
I froze that picture, and I want this to be emblazoned in everybody's mind. Air conditioning.
Yeah, thanks to AJ Neely for pushing me along too. He was talking about so.
Okay, now everybody's going to want to know how much. So let's get to the bottom line. What did you spend?
Okay, they get 2 3.5 ton units. Cooling both sides was $15,000.
Okay.
And what do you think your cost is? $300-400 a month?
Yeah. This will be the first year, but I would imagine close to that.
All right.
Probably double it what it normally is. But if they work better and are more comfortable, that's what we're after. So going to the other side, so we've got bays on each side of the office, and there's that's the vacation board for the guys, and then the stat board. We keep up with all their KPIs so they know where they're at. Do core value statements so they can keep those fresh on their mind, and then of course you can see the temperature chart on sales.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Everyone's engaged.
Yep. We want to keep them up to date. Make sure they know where they're at. So that's that. I got the required materials from the state. Here's my newest technician. Just started Monday of last week. Got him from an Acura dealer. He is very neat, detailed. Already knocking it out of the park.
So I'd love to hear the story on. And we don't have time today.
Yeah, that's fine.
On bringing the recruiting from the dealership. I've done some shows on it, and wow, and they didn't fight to keep them. That's interesting.
I don't know. So there's the tire balancer and the adapter is the tire machine, of course. This is another technician's Cody's Bay. He's busy at it. Looks like he's doing air conditioning on something there. And there's Derek, my newest tech. See how clean they keep it.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to go out to the bay we enclosed last year. We fortunately got it done just before COVID, so it had been an outdoor bay. We had them take the roof off of it. You can see all the oils and stuff we use. Those are the bulk oils in the barrels.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bulk oil tanks out there for the larger things we use for some of our other oils and fluids. This is Roger's Bay. This guy's been with me since 2007. My master tech.
wow.
He's an A tech.
Wow.
Same age as me. He's 52 and just solid as a rock. More special tools. Just invested in that rack this year just to get them off the shelves so we'd have more parts room. Picked up the brake lathe for cheap.
Hey, everybody, there's a brake lathe. Hello.
Yeah.
Is this the Smithsonian?
It came.
I have the same one.
It came with the tire balancer. I got a deal on it with if I took the tire balancer and that, I got it at a shop that closed down.
Yeah.
So and then
look at that. What is that? That's
R2D2. Yeah, that's the new Y1234 machine. We just bought that actually last week. So we're doing that this year. We missed a few jobs last year, and I'm not going to miss any more. So
make sure you tell your local shops that you're doing it.
Yes,
now, because they may not want to pull the switch on it. And of course, the most important tool in the shop is the air fryer, right?
Food, yeah, you can warm your stuff up without nuking it. Got a grill. We do cookouts and stuff for the employees. Actually, we just did low country boil on Friday, and it turned out excellent. It was a good treat for all the guys. So we have Friday lunch meetings and always have food involved with it. So
very nice.
There's the 020, 530, and the synthetic transmission fluid bulk containers. And
excellent.
Another special tools cabinet. That's for the electronic testing equipment Roger uses. So he asked for that a couple of weeks ago, so we put that in. My guys asked for something. If it's anything reasonable, I just get it for them. So
now check this out, guys. This is the Fils de la Resistance.
Yeah, that's my Jeep from last year, thankfully. But this area is what our plan is for a office / meeting training break area. We're going to put a two-story addition here.
Oh, wow.
And so we can start having our employee meetings in there, and then get me and my sister out of the office and add another service advisor there. So it's a couple of reasons for that. 5 techs, we're going to need a service advisor assistant minimum, if not a full-time one. So you can see it walking back out in the parking lot, keep it fairly clean and striped and freshened up. And then we've got the half-acre lot I bought several years ago for parking. And I just recently striped it on gravels, but you'd not believe how crazy it gets with no guidance. So it now has stripes for the customers to park in. And that's a beautiful day in Tennessee. It was sunny, and it's a good thing we did it. What was it, Thursday, I guess, when we videoed? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
hey, it was wonderful. Thank you so much. Wow. Good nice. Tour. Good tour.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you, Eric. Now, Eric's done a show with me before, and it was the How to Have a 4-Day Work Week show. And thank you so much for it. It was great. Now, we didn't just cover the 4-Day work week, but it was an excellent show, and I would show 627. Please check that out. Now, let's do our trivia. By the way, great tour, Eric. Thank you so much. What vehicle won the Motor Trend SUV of the Year award for 2020? You guys have any idea?
The Tesla thing?
No.
No,
it actually is the Telluride, the Kia Telluride.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was just last year. Now, you know the story. I was at dinner on, as I said, Friday night, and one guy says, "My God, they want to charge me $4,000 over sticker to get one of those." And so not only everyone this is a premium vehicle. People want this, and Kia doesn't have enough, and people are going all over the country and paying a premium for it. And maybe because it was the vehicle of the year. I know one of the business coaches in our industry has one, but stop to think about the shortage of the chips. They stopped the Mustang production line because of the chips. There's so many articles being written on the shortage of everything and the increase in prices on everything. I think we all better be careful. If you think what's normal and you want to get something and you're wondering, why can't I get something?
Mhm.
And it's because this crazy world that's going on. And I would imagine that there's some, maybe not so perfectly, and I don't want to say the word dishonest, but in my mind, prices are going up because we aren't filling the pipeline fast enough. So it's the old supply and demand thing. There's just not enough of a product. We can get more for it.
Here in Orlando, everything is back ordered, and whether you want a service or you want a product, it's the answer is pretty much the same. It's 8 to 12 weeks before it'll come in, whatever it is. It's unbelievable.
Amazing stuff, everyone. Hey, I enjoyed this. Tom Ham, Automotive Management Network and Auto Centric out there in Grand Rapids. Eric Henley out in the hills of Tennessee. Man, I tell you guys, thank you all so much for being here. I sure appreciate it.